Hello dear students, welcome to our next class. In last class you learned about types of plants and insects, their futures, how to sort out them and what are along with insects, other creepy crawlies, these all you learned. In today's class you are going to learn about are all these do really have life? Are they living things or non-living things? So our today's lesson is about being alive. How living things are able to live. What characters making them to be alive. That we are going to learn. So before going to our lesson, we'll see the new words in this content. So the first one is reproduce. Reproduce means to produce one's own kind. The similar features of new species, production of new species known as reproduction. And the next one is lifespan. The meaning of lifespan, time between the birth and the death of a living thing. The time between the birth and the death of a living thing known as lifespan. Understood? Now we will do one fun activity to understand about living and non-living things. So here some pictures are shown to you. You need to find out which are the living things and which are non-living things. In your notebook, write heading as activity. Write heading as activity and identify these images and sort out them as living and non-living things. You make a tabular column of living and non-living things. Make a tabular column in your notebook like living and non-living. And now you find out the first picture is dog. Is dog a living thing or non-living thing? Wherever you want, you place it. And the next animal is monkey. So monkey, is it a living or non-living? Wherever you want, you just write monkey spelling there. And later we'll discuss how it is coming under that group. And next doll. Is doll coming under living group or non-living group? You just think and place it there. And the next baby plant. A seedling comes under living or non-living. And a car comes under living or non-living. So complete this table by seeing these images. And now we will discuss why they are coming or why they are falling into living things and how you can categorize them as living and non-living things. You know that all living things need food, they need water, they need food, and they need air. For example, can you close your nose and be for 2 seconds? You feel suffocation. We cannot be in that position for a long time. So we need air. Very, very important for us, the air is. We cannot live without air a second. We cannot live without air for a minute also. We need air for breathing all the time. And what about food? Can we live without the food for a long time? It's not. Hardly 1 or 2 days, that's it. Not more than. And even water, we cannot live without water too. So the things who are using all this, like food, water, and air, the organisms who are using all those, they are known as living things. And one more character, all the living things shows that they move on their own. Can move from one place to another place, like your pet animal. It's moving even though it is depending on you to get its food, but it can move from one place to another place. Living things are growing. For example, when you are in LKG, you are very small. Now, when you see your height, it has increased because you are growing day by day. That is also one of the character of living things. And living things reproduces, means they give birth to their own species. They can give birth to their young ones. Young ones look like same as their parents. So the organisms are the things which are giving birth to the babies. That process called reproduction. So all living things can reproduce, and they have a particular lifespan. Lifespan means a particular period of time they will live and they'll die. So this lifespan is also one of the character of living things. So once we will revise again what all the things or what all the futures based on what you can sort out living and non-living things. First thing, they must eat food, they should drink water, they are to breathe air. And second thing, they are growing, they are moving, they are reproducing, they have lifespan. So the things whichever showing all these characters, those all are living things. To understand more about living and non-living differences, watch the video.
Things around us can be living or non-living. Living things can move on their own. They need food and can reproduce. They have a lifespan. Non-living things don't have these features.
Understood? So what are the characters shown by living things? You understood well? So based on this, living things can be identified from the non-living things. Now you try to answer this. What helped you to sort out the things into living and non-living? Just now we discussed what things are helping us to divide living and non-living. Living things need water, living things need food, and living things need air. So, whenever they are using all these three, they are living things. You can identify them as living thing. And living things can move, can grow, and reproduce. And they are moving on their own. They have their own lifespan. And in your fun activity, car and doll. Car is a moving thing. Can we keep it in the living things? No. Why? Because it cannot grow. It cannot reproduce. It cannot use air. It's no need of food and water. That's why car is a non-living thing and doll is also a non-living thing. Right? And now you see what is the difference between living and non-living things. The main difference between living and non-living things, as we discussed just now, living things need food, water and air, whereas non-living things do not need all this. Yes, children? And now you see what is the difference between dead things and non-living things. Dead things, once upon a time, they are living, but now they became non living. But whereas non living things, from the beginning, they are non living things only. Suppose you take a stone and a leaf, dried leaf or dead leaf. What is the difference between both of them? The dead leaf is once upon a living thing, but now it's a non living thing. Whereas stone, right from the beginning, it's a non living thing. It's no need of food, water, or air. It cannot move, it cannot grow, or it cannot reproduce anymore. Now we will see what are the questions in worksheet. We'll see the worksheet questions. Tick the future that is shown in the picture. So what futures are shown by these organisms are these things which are given in the image. So this is a cow. So what futures this cow can show? Is it a living thing or non-living thing? How can you say that it's a living thing? Because it can move. So it is moving. So give a tick mark for this. It is moving. So it's a living thing. Like this you do, children. I have given just an example for you. And next, living things can reproduce. Is it right or wrong? It's yes, it is. So you can give a tick mark. Living things need food. Yes, you give a tick mark. Living things have lifespan. Yes, they have lifespan. Understood? So in that way, complete this question 1, children. I am just giving you hint. You have to write by your own. And next one, are these things living or non-living? Give a reason. Already one has done for you. Pencil. It's a living or non-living? It's a non-living thing because it does not grow. Same way cat. Cat is a living or non-living? It's a living thing because it's growing. It's reproducing. It needs food, water and air. And your bed and a mango tree. So mango tree is also a living thing. Why? You can write your own reason. And your bed is a non-living thing. You can write your own reason why it comes under non-living. Because it's not moving, it's no need of food and water, anything you can write. And the third one is, what is the difference between a dead leaf and a rock? Just now I told you dead leaf is once upon a time it was a living thing. But now it became non-living thing. Whereas rock from the beginning, it's a non-living thing. That's what you write in your own words. And if you find any other difference between dead leaf and the rock, you can mention. As I said, you can even write dead leaf once upon a time it's a living thing, but now it became non-living. And when we come to the rock, from the beginning, it's a non-living thing. Apart from this, if you are finding any other answer, any other difference, you can write there. And now we will see the practice questions what are given in textbook. So here, why do you think plants are living things? Because they can, you choose the correct answer and put a tick mark how it has shown here. Option A, make their own food. Are the plants making their own food? Yes, this is because of this the plants are living things. Can grow? Yes. Give birth to new ones? Yes. When they are seeds we sow in soil, they can grow into seedling. Baby plant comes. So that's why they are coming under living things. Can walk? Are the plants walking? No. And now see the second one. Write two differences between living and non living things. We discussed many differences. Out of that, any two differences, as you wish, write in your notebook, children. And third one, how is a dry flower different from a flower made of paper? Dry flower, in the beginning, it's a living thing. Now, after drying, it became non living. Whereas paper flower, from the beginning, it's a non living thing. So, these two you complete, children, in your notebook and complete practice questions and 5.1 worksheet and send me the pictures. Thank you.